We'll soon know who the next dean is at VUJC. More on the search, plus my interview with Julie Lair on area water quality, and Bill Potter brings us another episode of Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. The search for the next dean of the Vincennes University Jasper campus is finally starting to wind down. This morning, the campus hosted the second of two scheduled candidate forums, this one for Dr. Chris Gray. Gray, who currently serves as the Dean of Arts and Communication at Illinois Central College in East Peoria, Illinois, spent much of the forum discussing his views on workforce development. Gray echoed many opinions here in DuBois County as he talked about problems with finding workers to fill the jobs in Peoria.
We really found that while we had arbitrary divisions, when we were talking about a true economic development plan and how do we make the area a place where people want to come to work and make sure there are jobs, and then make sure there are highly trained individuals with specific skills for those industries.
Gray also touched on equity when it comes to dealing with people, along with his ideas for increasing enrollment. As mentioned, this was the second public candidate forum to be held for the VUJC Dean's job over the last couple of weeks. The other was held for Dr. John Barry last Tuesday. Lynn White has been leading the search committee in charge of finding VUJC's next dean. She says both candidates put on strong performances, and Vincennes University officials will now begin the final decision-making process.
The decision is with current Provost Johnson, who's going into being the interim president of Vincennes University. So they'll look at all the information that came out of the search committee, the Provost Council, as well as the open forum, and they also will be meeting with the candidates and doing a review of that information.
White says VU wants to have a new dean in place for the Jasper campus as soon as possible. Jasper has joined a worldwide effort aimed at promoting peace. Yesterday afternoon, Jasper High School art teacher Josh Dodd presented Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz with the Dove of World Peace. Dodd led a group of 11 Jasper High School students to Germany back in May. During that trip, the group visited Jasper's sister city of Pfaffenweiler, where Mayor Dieter Hahn gave them the Dove. Dodd says the Dove is not only a great symbol, but also a great lesson for the students.
The Dove is to represent connections around the world. It was through the school in Pfaffenweiler, so it was to help the students understand that we are closely related and that we don't have too many differences, and that a lot of people travel, and the bird will travel around, and then the students can follow the Dove where it goes and see the Dove go around the world.
Carolyn Keaton was one of those students who went on the trip to Germany. Keaton, who will be a senior at JHS this fall, says the trip was one that she'll remember for a long time to come.
Going from each of the cities, they're all different and unique in their own ways, so it's really good experiences.
The Dove was made by artist Richard Hillinger. It was made to fly around the world in an effort to bring peace to all countries through travel and learning about other cultures. It's been flying all around the world since 2012. Now, Mayor Seitz will keep the Dove until Strassenfest weekend. It will then be given back to Pfaffenweiler Mayor Hahn in a special presentation. Motorists who use State Road 66 in southern Spencer County will have to change their route a bit over the next couple of weeks. Officials with the Indiana Department of Transportation say starting on or around this upcoming Monday, July 20th, contractors will close the State Road 66 bridge over Sandy Creek east of Grandview for paving. The closure will impact State Road 66 about 500 feet from either end of the bridge, as crews will be doing a concrete overlay and working on bridge approaches. Now, local traffic will have access up to the point of closure. The official detour will use US 231 and State Road 70. NDOT says the project is expected to take several weeks and will be done by mid-August, of course, weather permitting. As always, NDOT is urging drivers to slow down and stay alert when near construction crews. For the latest news and information on road closings or traffic delays in the area, you can go to the NDOT Southwest Facebook and Twitter pages. And finally tonight, the cash reserves for Indiana's state government have grown to more than $2.1 billion after spending cuts to many state agencies as tax collections increased slower than expected. Figures released yesterday by the state auditor show that Indiana had a $210 million surplus during the budget year that ended June 30th. Republican Governor Mike Pence says maintaining the state's cash reserve gives it a cushion against an economic downturn and protects the high standing with credit agencies. State reports show tax revenue was about 1% less than projected for the past year, during which state agencies returned about $133 million. Democrats, on the other hand, say the Pence administration is hoarding money to reach an unnecessary surplus level, all while ignoring important needs around the state. All right, coming up after the break, my chat with Julie Lair of the Patoka River Watershed about water quality here in our area, and later, the final installment of Inform from the Du Bois County 4-H Fair. We're back after this.